Welcome to the Imperial War Museum. This is over in South London, situated between Lambeth North and Elephant and Castle. And as you can see, it's not just a great building, but also a widespread garden as well. Right, in this video, we're going to take you inside and we're going to show you some of the great things that you can see here at the Imperial War Museum. One of the other great things about coming here as well is not only can you walk around and see great exhibits, did I mention it's free? If you've seen our previous videos on the channel of the Churchill War Rooms and also HMS Belfast, the Imperial War Museum here is actually run by the same people, so it's the same group, but this, as I said before, is completely free. So, are you ready? Let's go inside and have a great look around. Now, one of the things I would really recommend, so we're here inside the main hall aspect of it, and then all the buildings and all the different artefacts are around the outside of the Great Hall, but do get a program because it really does open up some of the exhibits that you see. Now, all of the exhibits are labelled and it tells you exactly what you're seeing, but you get even more value from it when you buy one of the programs. And I'm not normally a program buyer when I go to these things because I see these as a sort of a unnecessary extra thing that they're trying to sell you on top, but the one here is well worth it. Also, if you're thinking, oh, they scaled them down in size and rebuilt them. Nope, they're all full size planes, so you really do get that. Okay, so one of the first exhibits you get from around the basement is World War I. And here you've got lots of things, mementos and lots of bits and pieces telling the story of World War I. The other thing that I love that they've done here is not just the story from the UK, the British side of things, but also it's the story from the German side. So you've got some German artifacts here as well. So it really is a good reflection of the wars, but from both sides of it. So here you've got a collection of pins which were sold to raise money during the war effort, and also different types of stamps for that as well. And then you've got a whole load of other miscellaneous things which were used by the troops. But how about these tobacco tins? Absolutely incredible. From a distance they look a bit like gold bars, don't they? Now, within the different cases, I think the museum, what they've also done really well is to tell the stories of individuals that were involved in the war. And as you can see here, you've got various artifacts which all belong to a single person. Whereas here, you've got different sorts of weapons that have been used at different times within the war. Now, one of my recommendations would be if you come here and schools are on, so they're not on school holiday, it is absolutely packed because lots and lots of school groups come here and visit. And as you can appreciate, it's completely free. So once again, it's a great place for children to come and learn about the previous world wars. But it does make it incredibly busy, and at times it makes it hard to get to near some of the things to come and have a look and read and take your time and take it easy. So I would actually recommend probably come down here during the school holidays. Now, you can book tickets online. You can go to the Imperial War Museum. As I said before, it's completely free, but what it does is it gives you a time ticket to come in, so you know you've definitely got a place if you're travelling a distance. Accessibility wise, there are lifts taking you to all floors, so it really is easy to get around, and accessibility is not an issue at all. Everything is flat, apart from one section which we'll show you later, which is the trench, which is sort of very bumpy if you're going to go around there, but you can avoid that and you can go around the outskirts of it. But everything is really accessible, so if you're coming here in a wheelchair or a scooter, or you've got a pushchair, it's really easy to get around. Now, I love this. One of the things they've really created here is this trench. So you can walk down it and they've made it feel completely uneven, just like you're in a trench conditions, and you can walk through this corridor area here. Plus it's got various bits of lighting and various other things to make it feel like you are right in the trenches in the middle of the Second World War. I think that touch of realism really makes you stop and think about everything that's happened in previous generations. Now, one of the areas that I've not covered in this video, and actually you can't for the right reasons go in and film within there, is the Holocaust section. Plus also, they don't recommend children under the age of 14 go in there either. Now, if you're coming here, I would strongly recommend that you go in there, because it really does just make you think again about war and some of the things that have happened over the many years. And actually it tells the story right from before the Holocaust and everything that led up to it with Germany up until the end of the World War II. Now, for those of you that watch this channel regularly, you'll know me. I'm very bubbly and take things in my stride. But actually, I walked out of there and it just made me stop and think. So it is well worth going in there just for that reason alone. So while the Imperial War Museum does look a lot at World War I and World War II, this is from a bomb blast in Baghdad. And this is the actual remains of a car which had a bomb inside it which blew up. Again, with this item reminding people that war is not that far away. So not only have you got the bombed car from Baghdad, you've also got this, which is the TV press sort of Land Rover, all coloured in white so people know what it is. And then you go back and you've got things like this, tanks. This is the Soviet T-34 tank, which had a key role within the Second World War and is actually used in quite a lot of memorials because it was so popularly used. And if you're thinking some of this stuff's models, this actual Spitfire you're looking at actually flew 57 combat missions during the Battle of Britain. Also, if you're thinking of visiting, do go to the Imperial War Museum website, because quite often they have different displays and different exhibitions that are on, which are held on the upper floors. Now, sometimes you may have to pay a small price to go in there, but it may well be worthwhile. Now, this is a plane that's almost been put back together by bits of the plane that were originally destroyed, and as you can see, all the different bits of metal put around the fuselage. And here you're looking at Japanese swords that were collected at the end of the war. Now, one of the things I love here is you've got the main part of a plane. Not everything, but you've got the main part. And also you can really get up close, and yes, you can even touch it. But you can see the gun turrets at the beginning, right at the front of the plane, and also sort of the bubble right there at the nose so you can see around you. You can also see where the pilot was, but also when you go around the back, the whole thing, the whole cross section is cut through just like this, and you can see right inside the plane, and you can see the complete lack of space that the radio operator had just here behind the pilot. And of course, before anyone hits the comments, yes, this is a Lancaster bomber. So what do you think of our video? I really hope you're enjoying it. If you are, do us a favour, will you give it a thumbs up? This will help get these videos spread out to more people so that they can love London as well. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already and our numbers are growing, you want to join the community. So don't forget to hit that subscribe button and also the notification bell so we can tell you every time we upload a video on YouTube. On this, one of the upper floors, you've got parts where it actually relates to sea and war at sea, and you've got this, which is a torpedo, but also you've got a mini submarine, and you've got some other bits and pieces which relate to the war at sea. Now, what I love about the museum, we showed you when we came in all the planes hanging up high, but then as you go round and you go up the floors, you get even better views of the planes as you go higher up the building. And here I think we're only on the first floor. As you can see, there's the entrance there, but how about that for a view of that Spitfire hanging above the open area there? The history of the Imperial War Museum dates back to 1920, when it was originally housed at the Crystal Palace over at Sydenham Hill, and then it moved in 1924 into South Kensington, and finally in 1936 it was then moved to here. The War Museum was originally opened by King George V back in 1920, but when he did, the committee addressed him and they said that the museum was here for the purpose of, it was hoped to make the museum so complete that everyone who took part in the war, however obscurely, would find therein an example or illustration of the sacrifice he or she made, and that the museum was not a monument or military glory, but a record of the toll and sacrifice. I think, from my visit here, I get that feeling. Here we're looking at some of the modern day missiles that have been used. But what did you think of the Imperial War Museum? Is this something that you would love to come down to? And also, what was your favourite bit that we showed during the video? Do let us know in the comments down below. As I said at the start of the video, the people that run this museum also run both HMS Belfast and also the Churchill War Rooms, which are underneath Whitehall. And it's that video that I've put up in the top right hand corner for you. And if you've not seen that, you are definitely going to go and see where the operations were run during World War II underneath Whitehall. So if you click on the link, I'll see you in there.